What is up, folks? All Days Pass here with some survival gameplay on one of the new maps we just got from Infinity Ward Liberation. And we did 2 or 3 runs with this, me and my brother, to Live Die. He's not actually on Xbox Live too often, but he comes over. We split screen a lot on Saturdays, have some pretty good times trying out some of the new stuff that we get with the games. And, you know, revisiting some old classics that I'm sure you'll be seeing some of those gameplays. You know, Borderlands, Portal 2, stuff like that. But this is about survival. And, you know, the first few rounds, these guys are pretty weak. You run around, you just gain as much money as you can until you can buy your first pieces of equipment. And what I always do is I get my grenade launching sentry gun first. And on this map, you come back to this building here that's pretty much directly opposite from where the ammo is. And I put down the sentry gun right here so it can get up that alley onto that bridge. And it seems like it does a lot of work. It watches the right and the left, but I tend to stay back here behind these 2 wooden boxes. And it, you know, pretty much covers that bridge for me. I can watch down the bridge and pick up, you know, some kills off of damage that it does, or, you know, try and save it if a lot of fire is coming in. But not too many people seem to break in here from the right side. So, you know, when you're posting up back here, it's the left and the front that you really have to watch. And that makes it a lot easier when you guys come up on a Juggernaut round and you have to break out to the right. That's typically how we go. We're going to break out to the right side here. I throw down my C4s for the incoming Juggernaut, but I don't realize most of the time they come in on the other side of that pillar. So really what I would recommend on future goes is to throw the C4 down either more in the middle where he lands or on the right side of that pillar. And so right here, I'm going to try and kite him back out to the C4. And my teammate tries to do the same thing, and I accidentally take him down. And luckily, he's got a self-revive on, but it's not going to be enough. So I also have some claymores on, so I'm going to throw those down, let them do some work for me, and try to make it around the front. I end up going down myself. I think right there, yes. And, you know, clean up this guy real quick, pop right back up. And get back around to my teammate and pick him up. Little sloppy there. Could have been cleaner, but, you know, this is new. This is, like I said, maybe our 2nd or 3rd run. So now, I made a run for ammo here, and I'm trying to figure out the best way of getting back. Because the ammo run on this thing will take you most of the 30 seconds between rounds. And there's no real good path to come back, because the round starts, you got enemies everywhere. And I'm just trying to find a way to not get shot to death before I make it back. There my teammate takes out the first of these Juggernauts in this wave with the C4, and I tell you, make sure you have C4 on you for these Juggernaut waves. I mean, there's nothing more effective than a Predator missile for these, and we don't even use a Predator missile in this entire thing, just because of the distance it takes to go and get one. We always want to have that slot open in case the sentry gun goes down. But you can see him back here behind these crates. It's a great fire rate, and he's got a good spot over there on the left behind these care package looking boxes. Get back into cover, reload, regen his health, and he pops up on that table. They can only really see him from about the chest up, so it's almost like a head glitching spot, but not entirely. So we break out here to the right, and we're going to kite around these Juggernauts. They finally take out my decoy sentry gun. It's an expensive decoy, but man, they really want to kill that thing more than they want to kill you right away, so you can break out and let them shoot that. Take down pretty clean on this.
That's the last one. Good job.
So this building back here is really good for cover. It's got the crates on my side, the ammo boxes on his side, or whatever you want to call it, where he's posted up right now. And then when you have the air support show up, I normally grab the turret, bring it over here, and let it aim down the bridge a little bit. It's not doing as much work as it does on the other side, but it'll do, you know, a fair amount of work here. But it's got a solid roof on this building, and the behind part of the building, they can see you as you see that helicopter dipping around back now. But these pillars on either side of the opening provide solid cover. They don't shoot through them, so you can just dip down behind one of those and just keep letting the helicopter cycle through as you work, you know, shooting them down and work all these enemies that are coming in here. So, you know, we already got, you know, dogs and chemical agents and whatnot, so you got a lot of hectic stuff going on here. But you just keep working back. Listen for that gun spin up, you know, on the helicopter. As soon as it's over, break out of cover, put a few rounds into it, and, you know, just continue that cycle. Just keep working the enemies. If you have any left, you know, there's a couple there he's taking care of. I'm trying to find this helicopter. Took me a little bit to realize it would actually hover right over the stairs. But, you know, we make pretty quick work of it. You know, you just got to be careful not to get shot down by the helicopters. We constantly make sure we have the self-revives on. The most important thing, even probably more so than the sentry gun, but you want to be careful not to lose that because it's a lifesaver. It really is. And there he gets the other helicopter. We only have one left. Nice break. Pretty quick work of it right there. So the air support is pretty easily dealt with in this back building, so I definitely recommend these set up in this building. And this here will be our first 3 Juggernaut wave. And I just had money to spend, so I bought a Riot Shield Squad. They're not very effective in here. A lot of times they actually get in your way. And there my brother's down there trying to take care of that Juggernaut. And accidentally downs himself. But he gets right back up with the self-revive. And we're going to post back up in here and get about ready to start breaking out to the right. I start making the move. I hear dogs coming, chasing. Throw down some claymores here. Try and take care of some of those dogs and some enemies. And we're just going to continue working our way back around here. It's really tight back through here, so it's pretty easy to funnel all the enemies right around the back side of this building here. And he's grabbing another self-revive right there, and the dog's trying to eat him. So we're going to put down the C4s here. He's going to take care of any enemies that aren't the Juggernaut. He's going to let me know when the Juggernaut moves up so I can throw the C4 down. And right now I'm pressing the X button like crazy. It's not going off, so I got to pull out the clacker again, and there we go. We got to get that one. We're just going to start working our way around the outside edge of the map. You don't want to run through the middle because the enemies will start splitting up on you, and they'll go in all directions. And right here, if I wouldn't have gotten stuck on this damn pole, I probably would have escaped that without going down. But, again, the self-revive comes in handy. Pop the guy, jump back up, and haul ass out of there. So we'll just work around the back right side of the map here, back to the original, setup place in this building. Take a few shots at the Juggernaut as he's working his way around, following us. And you get back in the building. I still have 5 C4s left. My teammate has 4 still. So we're not even really going to pause in this building. We're just going to go right through it, let them funnel through the building, and get back to some choke points where we can throw down some C4s. And right there, a little miscommunication. He runs into me as I'm trying to shoot. He's got to reload. I got to reload, so we back up a little bit. Get over to this point here, another choke point that's pretty good. Lay down some C4. Try and get these Juggernauts and these enemies cleaned up. I probably should have thrown all 5 there, but I was getting a little shot there, so I wanted to make sure I bugged out. Bang. Another Juggernaut down, I believe, right there. Take some more shots. This Juggernaut's pretty resilient. Hard to get headshots on him, but once you can afford the light machine guns in the higher rounds, man, definitely get them. Definitely put grip and red dot sight on them. It's going to help you a ton. And then once you can't get the sleight of hand, because these things reload really slow. I mean, you can dip down into cover pretty well and survive for a long time. But once you have the extra cash, definitely get the care package sleight of hand if you're level 50. If you're not, I think the MK36 seems to load fairly quick being a drum. And the M60 seems to be the slowest reloading. I don't know the actual specs on it, but you definitely want to try and get 2 light machine guns on you, sleight of hand perk if you can get it. Make sure you have C4s and claymores and flashbangs. You never have too many flashbangs to try and slow these Juggernauts down a little bit as you break around. And unfortunately, here we are, wave 33. 3 Juggernauts coming in. Basic same strategy, but it doesn't work out for us at this point. Like I said, there's a few tweaks I know that we can make. Second sentry gun, perhaps break it out a little bit earlier instead of going back into cover here. We could have just started kiting immediately. But what are you going to do? Try your best. You do all you can. And, we'll continue trying. I think we can make it into the 40s without too much of a problem. My teammate goes down there. I'm going to get a dog on me, which is really going to hamper me here. I'm going to go down as well. But it was a good run, and I think, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing survival mode. And there's going to be a lot more coming up on the channel, so check back often. And we will catch you guys later.